My personal project report by Victoria Allen. Criterion A. The goal of my project was to learn the written and oral language of Korea, and that takes a lot of time, dedication, and money, and to fully understand and be fluent in the language, it would take me at least a year, if not more. And due to the project, I didn't have this time, so because of time constraints, I shortened it to understanding one BTS music video or Korean music video. I chose learning Korean because when I was in middle school, I got interested into anime, which is a genre of TV in Japan and Asia, and is very popular. And I started to want to learn Asian cultures. So one culture that I was really interested in was Korean, and because I was interested in the culture, I started to get into K-drama and K-pop. So K-drama is Korean drama television, and they speak in their native tongue, Korean. So I would have to watch with English subtitles, which would let me understand what was going on, but I couldn't fully grasp because my attention was on the subtitles and not all on to what was going on in the episode. And I wanted to learn Korean also because of K-pop, and K-pop is a music genre of Korean music, and it includes boy bands, girl bands, and solo artists. And the group that made me want to learn the language and the culture was a group called BTS, or Bangtan Boys, Bulletproof Boy Scouts, and it's a group of 7 young men, and they're all young, and they talk about the struggles of living in this generation, the expectations that are put onto yourself, anxiety and depression, and just loving yourself in general, and how we all go through struggles. And I was really able to connect with them. And through their fan base called the Army, I was able to make new friends and connect with new people and just find a community that I really connected to. And so this made me really want to learn the Korean language so I could connect better with my friends and with my idols, the BTS members. Because learning a language is always tough because it's a new language and you're not comfortable. And learning Korean is especially hard or challenging because it's not in Roman numerals. It doesn't use standard Latin letters, and because of this, it's more picture based with lines and circles and putting them together, and also because the alphabet is sound based instead of each letter individually representing something and putting it together. So this is why I thought it would be a good challenge to learn during the personal project. And so my global context was personal and cultural expression, and how can I develop my skills by learning a different language. And I wanted to develop my cognitive skills and my imaginative skills and my communication skills by understanding other people in different languages and cultures, specifically the Korean culture. When learning the Korean language, I knew some of the words and phrases from watching and listening to the music in the shows, and I also had tried to learn the language before, so I had recognized some of the alphabet. So that was my prior knowledge. And for researching, I had to research the best apps to use to learn the language, what was the best way to retain information. And so because I had to research apps to use to learn the language and download them on my phone, I used apps such as HelloTalk, Busuu, Monthly Korean, Duolingo, and Memrise, and these apps all help you learn language. criterion B, criteria. So my criteria was to be able to understand or to learn, to be able to understand one Korean music video, a BTS music video, and the way that I will be testing my knowledge is that on the apps I've downloaded to learn Korean, they have different levels, and each level is a harder part of the language. So as you go up the levels, like level 1 to level 2, the skill that is required is harder, and it's progressive. You're progressively getting better in the language, and you're becoming more fluent, and you're understanding more of what's happening. And the levels don't only teach you language in some of the apps, they also have people who have videos recorded that teach you this. So you're not only learning the language, but you're also learning the culture as well. Action plan and self-management. So from the beginning, I had to choose what I was going to do for my project, which was the Korean language. And since I realized that I did not have time to learn the entire Korean language, I shortened it down to understanding one BTS music video, Serendipity. And then I had to decide the global context, and I chose personal and cultural expression because I thought it would best fit what my project was about. And after that, I had to research all the different things that I would need to do this project, like how to learn the language, what were the best apps to learn the language, and what were the best ways to take notes, what were the best ways to retain the information, and all of that. And I didn't exactly follow the schedule that I had made for my video, or the schedule that I had made for my apps. The schedule I made and was supposed to follow was I was supposed to spend at least 1 hour a day watching or using the apps and learning on the apps. And then I was supposed to spend at least 1 hour a week watching music videos or watching K-drama episodes without English subtitles. And I didn't really do this. I had a lot of schoolwork and projects, papers to do. And I also had to do club meetings and leadership meetings on top of doing family events. And so doing all of that, it didn't really fit with the schedule I made, and I didn't really follow it. And so this led me to using the apps maybe 15 minutes a day or maybe an hour a week. But even though I didn't use the apps regularly, I regularly watched the videos and watched the TV episodes or K-drama episodes. Criterion C. So the outcome that I wanted, or the goal for this project, was to be able to understand one Korean music video, and I chose Serendipity by BTS, mainly Jimin, a group member. And so I didn't really understand the video.
모든 건 우연이 아니야 그냥 나의 느낌으로 온 세상이 어제와는 달라 그냥 너의 기쁨으로 네가 날 불렀을 때 나는 너의 꽃으로 기다렸던 것처럼 우리 시리도록 펴 어쩌면 우주의 섭리 그냥 그랬던 거야 You know I know 너는 나는 너 설레는 만큼 많이 두려워 운명이 우릴 자꾸 질투해서 너만큼 나도 많이 무서워 When you see me, when you touch me 우주가 우릴 위해 움직였어 조금의 어긋남조차 없었어 너와 내 행복은 예정됐던 걸 Cause you love me and I love you 넌 내 푸른 곰팡이 날 구원해준 나의 천사 나의 세상 난 이상 새 고양이 널 만나러 온 Love me now Touch me now Just let me love you Just let me love you 우주가 처음 생겨났을 때부터 모든 건 정해진 거였어 Just let me love you Let me love you Let me love you
And I did not understand the video, but I understood some of it, which was more than I thought I would, so that was good. But I did start to research the culture more, and I started to interact with my friends more in the community, and I started to realize that I started to think differently. Because I was learning Korean and researching the culture more, I started to compare the American culture and the Korean culture without thinking, and that was really an interesting prospect for me. And I also started to think differently. I think maybe because learning a different language different than English makes you process things differently. And when I started to notice this, I started to ask my other friends or other bilingual friends, such as friends who spoke Hindi and English or English and Spanish, and I asked them if they thought in English in their other language as well, and sometimes mix them up like I was doing. And they told me that it was totally normal to do that, and they felt it was awkward as well when you learned a different language or you know a different language and you start to think in that language, and sometimes you confuse them when you're talking, which I started to do, and that was a really interesting outcome for me. This concludes my personal project report.